Hello, everybody. I'm Andre,
And I'm Aya.
and we would love to introduce you to our project, Landscapes of Coexistence. In this project, we zoom in our focus on a fascinating site in the state of Nevada. While the only active lithium extraction site in the United States is Albemarle's Silver Peak operation in Esmeralda County, Nevada, as national and global demand for this commodity continues to climb, new mining operations will begin to form. This project focuses on the upcoming Rhyolite Ridge lithium boron project, which will be about halfway between Las Vegas and Reno, Nevada.
Given the pressing concerns related to mining and its detrimental impacts on the environment with respect to ecologies, biodiversity, and natural resources, could we develop a model which enables the coexistence of lithium extraction and ecological conservation? This project raises the question, is it possible to achieve an equilibrium between mining and ecological conservation to steward the land and eventually allow for the land to flourish in a post-mining realm? While studying the area around this rich site, we identified three layers which are critical to the foundation of this project: ecology, mining, and tourism. The presence of abundant biodiversity, lithium extraction, and public recreational lands raise questions as to how we can have the three of them coexist in the same landscape. Rhyolite Ridge is a mountainous area surrounded by natural springs and is home to species of flora and fauna like the mule deer, bighorn sheep, and critically endangered species like the desert tortoise and the thyme buckwheat plants. Rhyolite Ridge is at the crossroads of an area rich in minerals, including lithium, while the only active lithium extraction site is 12 miles away at Silver Peak. Ioneer's mining operation will take place here as national and global demand continues to climb. And Rhyolite Ridge is presently on publicly accessible recreational lands provided by the U.S. Bureau of Land Management, and it's in close proximity to several national parks and popular sites for ecotourism, like the Death Valley and the Yosemite National Parks.
Rhyolite Ridge, which will be an open pit mine operated by Ioneer, is located in an area rich in biodiversity and rich in natural resources, including minerals. Rhyolite Ridge is located about 12 miles from the Silver Peak brine mine, which is operated by Albemarle and produces about 5,000 metric tons of lithium per year. It is currently the only operational lithium mine in North America. Rhyolite Ridge is about 16 miles from the agriculturally focused town of Dyer, inhabited mainly by indigenous Paiute peoples with a population of 232. Rhyolite Ridge is a bit over an hour away from Tonopah, the most populated town in this part of Nevada, which has a deep history in gold and silver mining. It has a population of 2,179, and most mining workers at Silver Peak live in Tonopah. The upcoming mining project in Rhyolite Ridge is expected to produce an estimated 22,000 metric tons of lithium per year at full capacity. This project will be conceived through a partnership between Ioneer, the mining company, the U.S. Department of the Interior, and the University of Nevada in Reno's Department of Biology Research. Assisted by digital technologies, including a network of sensors and surveillance cameras, wildlife movement and mining can be documented over time. Miners, researchers, and tourists will be able to stay in temporary housing units on site, and the site will attend to parameters like seasonal tourism and global commodity markets, allowing for the formation of a new generation of mining projects here at Rhyolite Ridge. Seen here are a series of implants which will be inserted on site to assist in ecological conservation, lithium refining, and park protection. This is Ioneer's current proposed site plan with the concession markation dashed and the mining quarry shown in black hatching to the southeast portion of the site. In Ioneer's proposal, a buffer has been given from the critically imperiled Times buckwheat plant and from a natural spring to the eastern edge of the site.
Phase 0, document. This graphic shows the present state of Rhyolite Ridge with the Times buckwheat habitats and existing roads shown. In phase one, block, buffer, and reroute, setting boundary around the critical times buckwheat habitat for protection and conservation, buffering and rerouting roads to accommodate the new infrastructure, the new mining truck roads, and the proposed car roads, excluding springs from the mining operations boundary. Phase two, reclaim, amend, and seed change, reclaiming areas to protect the critical buckwheat habitats. Proposing buffering and other restrictions are to control erosion, amending the soil seeding processes, and planning for new habitats and future biodiversity. Rhyolite Ridge builds on the U.S. National Natural Landmark Program, which recognizes and encourages the conservation of the sites that contain outstanding biological and geological resources. On the opening of Ioneer's mining quarry infrastructure will be set in place not only track mining activity, but also allow for the monitoring of ecology. In phase three, tract abundance and thrive, attracting biodiversity to the area. Hosting oases are with water catchment systems, native vegetation, and pollinator gardens, connecting spent ore storage by the truck route to the quarry area. In utilizing the NNL program through the National Park Service, the groundwork is laid to allow for coexistence and partnerships, and the roots are laid for future conservation to be a national park. While the ultimate objective of this project is to steward ecology and the land by reducing human footprint over time, human intervention will be needed to help seed change first. This illustration shows the many habitat pods and pollinator gardens that will be assembled on site. In this fourth phase, process, research, and range, moving mineral processing and engineering away from the habitats for less disturbance and pollution, building research facility and temporary housing on reclaimed space, recycling and reusing of construction and mining materials in future construction stored in storage areas. In this fifth phase, visit, raise awareness, and recreate. Debating ecotourism program with trails for public access to raise awareness and eco-educate by overlooking the environmental stewardship and mining processes coexisting in one landscape and recreating. Still a national natural landmark, this poster highlights the tensions, but most importantly, a lack of disparity between Ioneer's lithium refinery and the various animals and plants of the territory. For 36 years during the middle of this century, Ioneer will be producing the fuel source powering on Ford and Toyota vehicles, and the many species on site will continue to grow in population over time. In these two last stages, the mining operations are coming to an end. So in phase six, repurpose, expand, and recycle. Expanding the oases and the habitats, replacing overburdened storages after restoration, renewable energy plant and water catchment system storage taking over the place of ore storage, seasonally activating the temporary research and eco-educational tourism. In this last phase, phase seven, monitor, manage, and maintain, this shows the site after the mining operations ends and where it's activated as a national natural park, monitored, managed, and maintained regularly. Over time, ecology, mining, and tourism will each have its peak and decline. Lithium mining will commence at Rhyolite Ridge in 2026, leaving the area in the early 2060s. Ecotourism and visitation will slowly grow over time as people relish the opportunity to safely see an active mining site and interact with an exciting landscape.
This graphic shows the wildlife flows across the Rhyolite Ridge area. And this graphic shows roads, including truck-only private roads and truck flows, as well as the pre-National Park series of hiking trails in the Rhyolite Ridge area. This graphic illustrates the flow of lithium within the Rhyolite Ridge area, eventually leaving the site after processing. This graphic depicts water infrastructure in the Rhyolite Ridge area, aided by water catchment towers. The same water catchment towers act as monitoring towers with sensors and cameras. This is the monitoring and surveillance network. And two additional networks are shown here, highlighting the network of research facilities operated by the University of Nevada at Reno and park ranger stations operated by the National Park Service. Now you have made it to the year 2073. Following the conclusion of mining activities, Rhyolite Ridge will become America's 64th national park, offering people a chance to explore nearly 23,000 acres of wondrous landforms and also learn about Rhyolite Ridge's importance in powering on 21st century technology. No matter if some of the land was created by nature or by man in the pursuit of 21st century gold, and no matter if it is snowing or if it is a sunny day, Rhyolite Ridge National Park is a must visit destination to see previously imperiled species flourish. Thank you so much.